So we're getting more and more information on DC's next movie, Birds of Prey, with a brand new poster that people seem to just dislike. But all I want to know is, where is the trailer? Let's talk about that right now. Hello everybody and welcome back to another movie news video. My name is Joker and today we're going to be discussing the new poster that we just got for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Yes, that title is a mouthful, but I mean, hey, it works, it's a DC thing. So when it comes to DC, they do some things really well and some things absolutely dreadful. For example, Suicide Squad. That movie was absolutely horrible. No matter how many times I might rewatch it hoping that I find something new about the movie that makes me enjoy it. No, it's just not a good movie. But from the ashes of that movie rise some things that happen to turn out really well and go on to become better things, such as Margot Robbie's interpretation of Harley Quinn. Now, in the past couple years, Harley Quinn has become a big selling point for DC and recent stuff such as the animated movies, some of the newer stuff that's coming out as far as cartoons and comics are going, all going with the same look that Margot Robbie had in Suicide Squad, which is very, very different from the traditional Harley Quinn that we know from the cartoon series, as well as some of the video games and other portrayals. And it is no surprise, at least to me, that with a new movie coming out with Harley Quinn in it, Margot Robbie would take a different approach to how her character is going to look, as opposed to how she did in Suicide Squad. Because I'm sure everyone already knows that it seems that Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad was more of a sex appeal styled version of the character, whereas now it's just going for more of the loopy, crazed version that we know Harley Quinn is. And since the character of Harley Quinn did so well as far as, sales point and just people's feedback on the character itself, now she's getting another movie that is solely based around her, even though it's got a different title being Birds of Prey, but that is the Birds of Prey movie coming out February 7th of 2020. And we just got our first poster, official poster, for the movie, and honestly, this is one of the cooler posters I've seen for any movie, just in general. But of course, it is no surprise that there are a lot of people that aren't really happy with the design of this poster, and I mean, I'll get into that in a little bit, but just on first glance, we look at this poster, and at first glance, it's super colorful. It's got everything on the screen that you could think to have. Sure, they probably could have come up with a different design, but I think the reasoning for this is perfect. One, it's humorous because it's the Birds of Prey, so all the characters have wings and they're like birds, but it's also kind of like a take back to like the comic book cartoon stuff. Harley would hit someone in the head with a hammer and they would see birds and they'd all go crazy. And the same stuff with every cartoon, such as like, Tom and Jerry or anything in the Looney Tunes area. If someone gets injured, they get an anvil dropped on their head or something. It'd always be stars or planets or birds flying around their head. So it just kind of like shows, she's out of her mind a little bit. She's a little crazy. She is Harley Quinn. So, I mean, she's seeing all the characters fly around as birds. I think it's just a nice little added bonus to like, hey, this is more of that comic book style we see here. So I think it's an appropriate way to put the characters on this poster. And on top of that, you can see all the characters. You can even see Harley Quinn twice. She's obviously the main focus of the poster, but then she's right here on the screen as well. There's also, you got Huntress, you've got Zaz, you've got Black Mask, you've got Catherine Kane, you've got all of them on here, and I think it's a really cool way of showing it. The only thing I don't like about the poster, with that being said, is that some of the characters don't really look like themselves. You really have to look at it. If you look right below her left eye, in the white suit, you've got Ewan McGregor. At first glance, I didn't even know that was Ewan McGregor. I had to zoom in on the screen to look at it because I'm so used to seeing him with like a lighter colored hair, and it's just the way that he's like, I guess the way he's angled in the poster, it just didn't look like him at first, but seeing him in the white suit just makes me all the more excited for his version of Black Mask that we're going to be getting in this movie. So that part I'm happy about, but it's just like the overall being able to actually see who the characters are. It is a little hard to tell when you're really looking over it. Another thing that I found about this poster that I think is interesting and could be related, but it could not be, but is that it's very similar to the Wonder Woman 1984 poster that we got a few months back when it was very vibrant and colorful. So it seems that right now DC is 2 for 2 on movie posters as far as popularity is concerned for who's the character on the poster and what movie is the poster for. So right now we know with Wonder Woman 1984 coming out next July and now Birds of Prey in February, just having these ultra vibrant color schemes just really grabbing your eye and just you can see everything on the screen just perfectly. I think it's a cool way to design the posters. It's better than, your basic movie poster where it's always like dull and gritty. And I mean, if you can clearly look around my room, there might not be some on screen, but I do have a lot of movie posters that are like supposed to be the poster designed for the film itself. So there's a lot of them that are really dark and gritty, but they're just sleek to the design. In this case with Wonder Woman 1984, because of the time period, you're going to get a lot of color for that. And with Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn, it's Harley Quinn. So it's going to be all sporadic drastic and all over the place with all these colors instead of just being the dull gray or even just the simple black and red that we typically know Harley Quinn to go with. But while the poster may be great to a lot of people, there are still a giant handful of people that don't like the poster just at all. And the biggest complaint I've seen, which I'm kind of confused about, is the argument that Harley is the center of this poster. She is the main focus of this poster, but the movie is called Birds of Prey. In the original character cast of Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn is not a member of the Birds of Prey. Yes, I understand that, and I've gone through all that, trust me. But this movie was made because Harley Quinn was such a success, so much that the full title of the movie is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. It's a giant title for sure, but when her name is literally in the title of the movie and it's based around her and her involvement with the Birds of Prey, as best as I can assume, sure, she's going to be the center focus of the poster. Don't get mad at that. Come on now. But on that topic, if you really want something to be mad about or frustrated with, it's the fact that we haven't gotten a trailer yet, and I really like trailers, and I really want to see a trailer, so where's it at? Sure, we've gotten 2 teasers. We had one like 15 to 30 second teaser a few months ago. I have a reaction of that on my channel if you want to scroll back a little bit. It's a pretty good one. And we also got one that was tied to It Chapter 2, which everyone was apparently confused about. It showed like the balloon coming up and it had the It music playing. But then Harley Quinn walks out of the shadows and boom, it turns out it's actually a teaser for Birds of Prey. Now, both teasers combined is about a minute, so we have gotten nothing. We've gotten 2 small 30-second teasers, no full trailer at all, no 2-minute, 30-second trailer, none of that. So I'm wondering when we're actually going to be getting this trailer, just because the movie is scheduled for February 7th of next year, so we don't have a lot of time before that movie drops. If I were to make an assumption as to when we would get one, I imagine somewhere in the middle of October, maybe November at the latest. And that's just depending on if they're going to put out how many trailers before February, because typically you'll have your launch trailer and then you'll have a bigger story-driven trailer giving you more idea of what the movie's about. In this case, maybe I think that we've heard a whole lot about Birds of Prey, but we haven't seen a whole lot about it. And I think that's because Warner is once again just playing it safe, making sure that nothing leaks about the movie and that everything goes according to plan, so they don't have to go through vicious rewrites, which just, gut the entire movie, which was what happened with Suicide Squad. So I think if anything, they're going to play it safe. We might get a 2-minute trailer here toward the end of October, maybe the middle of November, and then possibly in January, we'll probably get one last trailer before the movie drops the following month in February. That would be my bet, but I think they're waiting too long to put out a trailer, and I need the trailer now. That's something that I'm going to be focused on more so than the poster, which again I think is great, but people are always going to find a reason to complain about everything. But what are your thoughts on the poster? Do you like it? Is this not your thing? Do you think it's similar to the Wonder Woman 1984 poster, or do you think those are just two random, those posters have nothing to do with each other at all? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to talk about it. But until we get more news on Birds of Prey and hopefully another trailer within the next month or so, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Remember, if you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more movie news videos or if you'd like to see anything else. But until then, and as always, I will see you guys next time.